All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel of 215 Trades, where we'll be basically just looking to take some entries today. Maybe one or two in the Asian session trading goal using the 215 technique. Now, as it stands right now, goal is currently, and I'm currently on the 15 minutes time frame. Goal is currently at the top of the zone. So this 15-minute candle closes in the next 3 minutes. So let's see what it does before I begin to mark out the 215 structure on this one. I can't believe, I cannot believe that I did that again. Yesterday I started the live stream and the I was on mute as well, and I started the stream today again, and also started and mute again. Oh my gosh, I'm here explaining out like crazy. I'm here explaining out like crazy all that I'm expecting and what I'm looking for. I even broke down yesterday, and you guys could see the screen moving as well. I even broke down yesterday's analysis and all of that, and how we were excited and all of that. I went through the emotions already, only now just to see that I'm now on. I was on mute. So guys, here's what. So whenever I go on live again, as long as you guys are on, please just let me know in the chat first thing whether or not you're hearing me or you're not hearing me. So yeah, I'll go again. My bad. So what I was saying is that based on how the price is trending right now, I'm not really comfortable with starting the markup in this zone. Okay, why I'm not comfortable is because the area above it, I don't have anything in this area. So it's just like, what is it going to do really? So I would really love for, let's say, to see at least a red candle, one of these candles to flip and turn red and close red. Then I can begin to do the 215 structure like that. Yeah, that's perfect. So if it continues like that, then I'll take that. Let's see. Then the 15-minute candle closes in 5 minutes. So if this 15-minute candle was to close red, it's a perfect time for me to do the 215. At least now in this region, this would be the top of it, and then we can do a retest. So what I was explaining about yesterday's entry that we took. Sadly, I didn't stay on live to take it. I was really sleepy. It's still, well, almost 1 a.m. right now here in England. So yeah, and if I sound stuffy, guys, it's because I'm a little bit under the weather. It snowed today. I wasn't quite expecting that, and I had to go out. So yeah, so yesterday we got a very good setup, exactly how I had predicted it using the 215 technique. What we wanted was that we wanted for gold to basically break above the structure and retest the zone and close out of it again, and that's exactly what it did. It broke above the 215 zone. It rejected from that 30. It's 2:40 a.m. here. Yeah, so we're all early birds. Yeah, we we definitely had good dreams. So we it rejected from that 30-minute resistance, came back into our zone, and then it came out of our zone again and closed. And with that, we entered that buy, that loved the buy that scored us about 90 to 100 pips. And if we were still in that, we would have still be going up with all of this movement. So that was a very lovely entry on entry model one of the 215 technique limited. Yeah, well, little to no draw now. I don't think I saw any red on that one, so that one was pretty nice, pretty sweet. So let's see if we can get some more or something else just like this. And guys, thank you as well again just for being here, just for the support of being here on the channel and interacting in the chat. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't liked the live as yet or shared the live as yet, I would really appreciate it, as it will help to build the community a bit more. And these names, Lando and Salim, and also '07, I will always remember these names because you guys have been here since the beginning and communicated in the chat. So I really do appreciate that. And eventually, and I plan on doing this. I plan on doing this. When is the best time to use 215? Is it when the market is in a down or uptrend? We use it anytime, Ben. We use it anytime, whether it's in a up. down, upside it down, run about. We use it anytime. The only time I am not comfortable with using the 215 technique um, is when the New York session opens. So because the New York session is really, it always has news at the beginning of it, and when you have those news events, it the volatility affects it because then gold is basically behaving as if it's on steroids or coke or something. So yeah, yeah, the strategy is fine. The strategy is excellent, and I share it now. And eventually, I'll be doing classes, to basically teach us. I have been doing classes already, but um, I'm going to be doing it now on a wider scale. I'm just bringing this now to the forefront because no one knows of the 215 technique really. So I'm just bringing it now to the forefront to build up awareness of the strategy. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Thanks our leader to teach us. Yeah, no problem at all, man. All right, good. So waiting for this candle to close. If it could just only flip red, it would just definitely just make my day. Also, as well, guys, the background music. How is it? Is it all right? Is it too loud? Is the background music okay, guys? The volume, that is. Not here. You're not hearing the music. It's you're not hearing the music, Lando. Salim, it's good. All right, that's nice. That's nice. Well, at least when I was on mute and I was explaining like crazy, you guys were actually hearing a little bit of music in the background, so it wasn't so boring. All right, so this candle closed. All right, so let's go. So this candle now closed. So, oh, really? It flipped. That's fine. All right, so still under 15 minute time frame. The first step of the 15-minute time frame is to basically mark out our 215 zone. So in order for us to mark out our 215 zone is that we need to mark the current price of gold, whatever price of gold was trending at, and this should be called our point of interest. Okay, so let's switch this from blue and let's put this to purple. Let's take this from broken lines and put it to that. So that's our point of interest. Okay, the next option, the next step actually is to measure 20 pips above your point of interest, which is just above that resistance to the left, which is perfect. In all honesty, let me just actually put it from over here as well so we can keep it as a reference. So the point of interest is 263.88. So our buy line should be 2639. Yeah, 2639. 2639. Does anyone watching the live that do any of you guys trade crypto? Do you guys trade cryptocurrency? Buy a line. Let's switch this from purple and let's put this to, let's say, green. Yeah, that's fine. And let's move this. Then we're gonna do the opposite of that. So it was 2637. So it should be 265.88. Let's just put it right here. We're see wherever it touches. Nope, don't have a lot of info about it. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's understandable as well, but you'd be happy to know Don't know much about it. Okay, you'll be happy to know that the 215 technique is applicable, especially with trading Bitcoin, and it has a pretty much the same success rate as it does on gold. However, the zones are a little bit more different. I have been back testing it for a while now. I think last Saturday we took, well, I did because I didn't really want to expose my followers as yet to it. I took about 6 or 5 trades back to back um, on Bitcoin using the technique, and they were all they all hit take profit. So, oh, just started my trading journey. I'd be happy to learn. All right, Ben. Well, if you've just started, you're definitely in the right place. Ben, are you in the Telegram channel by any chance? This is the sell line. Do I have my figures correct? 2688. Okay, good. All right, so we've now marked our buy line and our sell line still on the 15-minute time frame. So as you know now, just for illustration purposes, I'm just gonna put this box here because not a lot of persons are familiar with the 215 technique. So if we have anyone that comes on and join later on, they will definitely going to ask what's a 215 zone so we can explain it to them at that point in time. All right, so that's the 215 zone. Now we're still on the 15-minute time frame. We need to mark our rejection areas. If we were to get a sell, this would be a very nice zone to clear. um all right, lovely, Ben, lovely, lovely. All right, good. So we have the zone completed, and we need to find that 15-minute rejection line on the downside and also on the upside as well. So we have, yeah, I think I'm going to use this zone right here, and why I'm going to use that area right there as well is because right we have basically made tree touch in this area right here. So I'm going to just use there as my 15-minute rejection. So let me just put that right there. And as usual, for illustration purposes and for ease of understanding, oh wait, we're gonna put this as broken broken lines. Now you might be wondering as well, why is it important for us to mark the 15-minute rejection and areas, and also maybe possibly the 5-minute rejection areas as well? You see, because ultimately, um, ultimately, if you're doing a 215 technique, it it for you to enter a trade, it will just need for you will just need to basically enter if you get a candle close below the sell line, or if you get a candle close above the buy line. However, when you have these 15-minute rejection zones, this then is a second confirmation to say, okay, there's a 15-minute rejection zone there. Do not enter off the first candle closure. Basically, wait for a retest to the zone, right? So when the model was being created and back tested, usually we would just take entries off the first candle closure below it. But then we found out there we were getting quite a bit of, well, I was getting quite a bit of rejection, quite too much as well, um, which then may result in blowouts of the trades hitting the stop loss. So once I've discovered now, once you have a 50-minute or a 5-minute support or resistance close to the zone, then you need to go for that retest. And you guys saw it in a perfect explanation of it yesterday. Because if we go back to, if, do I know where we took that entry? No, I'm not gonna find where we took that entry. All right, so because we cleared it off the screen, it'll show you a perfect example. Because if we had entered yesterday's trade off the first candle that closed above that buy line, we would be in massive drawdown because you saw what it did where it rejected with those three massive red candles going back down into the downside. So it would have been in massive drawdowns yesterday if we had entered off the first candle closure. Now, as I said to you guys before, we do not have because we do not have anything here in these areas, which is not good, right? For me, that's not good. I usually say it the market is in a discovery mode, so it doesn't basically know where it really wants to go. So I'm not comfortable with taking a buy of any sort in this area. At the extreme top of it right now. So what I would idealistically want would be to see some for it to break, let's say break above our buy line, right? Break above the buy line, create some structure to come back in the zone, then close out of the zone again. And once it does that, then I can use that as an entry. Okay, but let's mark out the still on the 15-minute time frame. Let me just see if we have any. No. So there's no 15-minute rejection to the left. And you see how far I have to go back. There's no 15-minute rejection line close to the zone. The first one is all the way up here, which is above 100 pips away. So that one would not be valid. So let's just go back to our zone. And you guys let me know in the chat if you're able to see the screen properly as well. All right, so we're finished with the 15-minute time frame now. So we now need to go to our 30-minute time frame because we need to identify our target areas for our entries. Now, our closest 30-minute support would be right here, or we could also use this one as well. However, it has to pass here before it actually gets to this one, so nothing is wrong with putting it here first. We can still put our, and if we were to take an entry, we can still put the take profit at this zone, right? But we still have to be mindful of this zone because price can definitely reject from here. So I'm gonna put this here first as the 30-minute support. This one is just about 30 pips or 30 pips below from our 215 zone. So it's not so far away, but 30 pip move, if you were to get a 30 pip move on an entry on gold, that's good. Because if you pay attention, I don't know if anyone scrutinize these things, but if you're looking at a lot of the traders who are trading professionally, and they're constantly posting how much they're making, um, most of the times they just gold basically just move by 10, 15, or 20 pips. Just look at the numbers, but that they're just using a massive lot size. So if you get a 30 pip move on gold, that's good. If you get a 20 pip move on goal, that's good. As a matter of fact, even if you get a 5 pip move on goal, once it's in profit, it's profit. Profit is profit, man. So this is our 30-minute support. Let me just put that there. More than likely, the next 30-minute support that we were looking at would be possibly the 1 hour support. So let's see. So that's a 30-minute support. Let me just see if I can find a 30-minute resistance all the way over. Ooh, nothing is there as well. Wow. Okay. So we've been trending in this massive. They got a lot of cash. Yeah, they do have a lot of cash. Most of the times they don't really. They just use it funded accounts. So you would risk more. Of course, if you actually have um, passed your challenge already. So and that's what well, I don't know if I'm going to do it in January specifically, but next year, because the year is almost ending, and December is coming, the festive season and all of that. But next year I want to do a 24-hour live, where I will be trading a funded account, and we will be aiming to pass that funded account in one day, in that 24 hours, trading all the market sessions using the 215 technique. Now that's something to look forward to. Now, gold has been trending downwards for a quite a very good time now, but it seems as if it's trying to break back above, um, to basically reverse the trend to continue upwards to try to maybe test the all-time highs. But because of that, we have this massive area here. So it's a very smooth area as well if we were to take a vibe as well, because the earliest 30-minute support would be right here, and that's going even past this zone. What date is that? All the way back to the 7th. All right, so that's at 2649. I'm just going to use this one just the same, because if it continues upward, it still have to pass this zone. One thing we should always remember as well, guys, not because you mark a line on a chart basically means that the market is just going to end there. And I think when I, well, you might not struggle or have this issue, but when I was just starting as well, because usually when I mark the lines, I'm like, okay, it's just going to go there and turn back, or just going to go there and stop or reject. So I'm basically putting the market in a little box in my head mentally, and then that prevent me from like taking entries and so forth. But just remember not to do that. Not because I mark a line on the chart means that it's going to affect the price movement of gold. Sometimes it does. The price movement does project from those areas, but not all the time. So how much pips is that from our buy line? Wow, 90 pips, almost 100 pips as well. You still have that problem. Well, you see. So it's a common thing. So sometimes when you mark a line or you mark a 30-minute support or resistance, you're gonna say, "Oh, all right, that's a small space," because it's just gonna go to that 30-minute support or resistance and reject. But then you just walk past it, because when you put these lines on the chart, the market is not seeing those lines. The market has already made up his mind of where it wants to go already. So that's a 30-minute resistance right there. We have our 30-minute support. We're going to go to the 1 hour time frame as well and do the same thing, just basically do the reverse. So I'm going to use this zone right here as my 1 hour support. Yesterday when we did our session, we had more volume as well, around this time as well. So that's our 1 hour support. Let's go all the way back in the past now. I'm not going to use, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's the 1 hour, it's the 1 hour resistance. Okay. All right, good. We're going all the way up to the 4 hour time frame. Let me just reset that chart view so I can see it a little bit better. Um, 4 hour time frame. Yeah, I can basically stop at this. Yeah, I'll just stop right here because the 4 hour resistance is all the way here in the top, and then the next one is all the way down here as well. So yeah, it's fine. We'll just stop right there. We don't have to go any further. Okay. All right. So we have a break now above our buy line. Let's go to the 5 minute time frame. Okay. Now we have nothing to work with to the left, as you guys can see. We have nothing to work with to the left. The next set of candles is some distance away, a very far distance away, but it does seem like it's smooth going up. But the market doesn't normally move in just one massive straight candle. So if we're going to take a buy, idealistically, what I would love to see would basically be the same as yesterday as well, is for it to go up, create some level of structure here, above the zone. Doesn't have to be so high, just create some level of structure above the zone, right, and then come back into the zone with another candle closure. Now, why we want that is because even though that 30-minute resistance is what, how many pips did we say, about 90 pips away? Even though, yeah, so even though that 30-minute resistance is so far away, I still need for the market to come and create the target that we should aim for firstly, right? So whether it's gonna maybe break 50 pips or 60 pips above the our zone, create the structure there, then we can say, okay, that's the top. Let's aim for that top, and possibly just hope for it to push past it. Okay, so that will be the setup for a buy in this instance. But what we also have to pay attention to as well, let me go back to the 15-minute time frame as well, is that it just tested a 15-minute resistance. So what we do know about resistance is that there's always quite a bit of sell pressure at the resistance lines as well. So this may very well just reject from this area just to continue to push lower as well, to then reverse back into that buy. So with the 215 technique, and that's why I like it as well, is that the 215 technique, it gives you entries for most scenarios that the market will make, right? So it will give you an entry model for a sell and also a buy. And if the market moves too fast and it doesn't trigger you into a buy or a sell, it will also give you a backup entry, which would be entry model 2, that you could also take. So you have about 3 entries that you can take. It's still buy or sell, but one of those would be double, whether it would be two buys or two sells. Now, if we were looking for a sell, what we would want idealistically would be for price to break below our zone. Right, we have a 15-minute rejection, so we need a retest. Multitask 215. Multitask. All right. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Salim. But yeah, so if we're looking for ourselves for it to break that below that zone, then back into our zone again, then out. Now, if it does that, then we would look for a sell and possibly target that 30-minute support and that 1 hour support as well. If not, even all the way down here, which I believe, let me just put a mark in here as well. I think that was the 4 hour. No, that's even below the 4 hour. That's fine. So yeah, so that's what we are waiting for idealistically. So yesterday the volume was way more than what we have now. The Asian sessions are usually hey Caesar, you all right? The Asian session usually is very has been picking up a lot of volume these last couple of days. So we just have to wait patiently as well. Siege, I'm not sure. Did you take that entry with us yesterday or no? Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely is a multitasking tool. You'd like to say, because it gives you an entry scenario for different possibilities that the market could make. The best trade that I have taken, um, I call it a ping pong setup, is basically where it confirms entry model one, right? So in this instance, it confirms a buy, right? It confirms a buy right here. Okay. We take that trade and we aim for it to go to that 30-minute resistance. And then as soon as it gets to that 30-minute resistance, it confirms entry model two. And we know what entry model two, we just need two rejection candles in the opposite direction. And it confirms that. And then you just go in for a short and you set your stop loss just above that and you target the zone again. So yeah, that's what I call the ping pong setup, and I have gotten quite a few of these setup in the past already. But is very good. There's not a greater feeling than that getting a ping pong setup when you're using the technique. All right, good. So we're at 11 viewers now. That's fine. That's way less than what we are used to on TikTok, because on TikTok we used to have some crazy numbers, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, we'll just take it slow and we'll build it back up. Eventually, the word will spread and we will get the following we so deserve with this technique. So if you haven't done so as yet, please just like the live and share the live as well. I would really appreciate it as it helps us to achieve the goal that we want to achieve as a community. All right, while gold is doing that, let's you'll get there, bro, because 215 is a hit. Thank you, Lando. Lando, are you from Jamaica, Lando? If you don't mind me asking. All right, let's see. All right, good. So you can see that. Nice, 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 nice. That's very good, Lando. Very, very good. Yeah, one of the best countries. All right, good. So we can see that it's now breaking above our byline. We don't know where it's going to reject because we don't have any resistance to the left, and that was one of the things where I said like whenever it's in discovery mode, it's best just to wait um, for it to create structure, come back to the zone, and then we enter. Um, on the 50-minute time frame, you have some traders who once it would have broken this resistance right here and closed above it, then they would enter for it to go higher. But yeah, the 215, that's not a setup of the 215, and it's very good as well when you have set rules and you know what you're looking for, what your entry model is, and you know exactly what your entry model is to stick to it. Because I would rather, let's say I lose a trade, I would much prefer losing a trade uh, and knowing that I followed um, my technique and followed the rules versus losing a trade and basically not following on the technique. Now, remember what I said earlier, it's a 15-minute resistance right here. It may very well just reject and continue lower as well, but it's still in our zone. So you know we do not take any entries in our zone. We can trade through the zone, but we're not entering any trades inside of the zone. Can you guys hear me? Volume is coming in. Can you guys let me know in the chat if you heard me? Because I seem to be having some microphone issues. Okay, you can. Okay. Welcome, Lanice. All right, so we're getting some rejection from that byline. Loud and clear. All right, great, great, great. And one thing that I always look for as well, whenever I'm doing the 215 technique, that it just builds confidence in the structure, is that because we initially we start marking the chart on the 15-minute time frame, right? And if I do the markup on the 15-minute time frame and a byline connects to a support or resistance, whichever the case may be, I'm like, okay, that's good. That is really good. That shows that the structure is the 215 zone is basically respecting the structure that the market has made. So like in this area right here, where you can see that the sell line perfectly falls on this support area here. That's pretty nice, pretty decent. Sometimes you'll be lucky and both the buy line and the sell line is on a support and a resistance. Um, the 5 minute, we'll go bring some stuff. Don't start the action without me. Welcome, Daniel. All right, let's go back to the 5 minutes, see what's happening. So we get in a rejection. Now, as I said, it's had the tallest 15-minute support for a while. Could probably reject even more, which we don't mind really, because right now, as I said, the price action is in discovery mode. If we look towards the top, we don't know where it's going towards the top, and what we really don't want in this instance is, let's say now the price comes back and it breaks above the buy line and close above the buy line and we enter buy, we don't know where it's going to be rejecting from. And that level of uncertainty, even though there's always some level of uncertainty whenever you're trading, but that level of uncertainty, I'm not comfortable with taking an entry using the 215 technique. With need for it to definitely break above the zone, and once it breaks above that zone, close above it, create some structure, create some support, some resistance, come back into the zone and close above it again for me to take an entry on gold. Now we're getting some rejection right here in the middle of our zone, but as I said, we were at the tallest 15-minute resistance. It tested above it, rejected. Two consecutive candles going in the opposite direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if the price action comes down to test that sell line. All right, while gold does that, let's just. All right, now the interesting thing about the 215 technique was that the 215 technique was not originally created to trade gold. When I created it or formulated it, it was not to trade gold, but it was actually to trade NAS 100. That's where it actually came from. So if I let me see if I can go on NAS 100. Yeah, this is what the 215 technique was used to or to be traded with. So originally, when I was doing it, NAS was what I was using the 215 technique to trade. However, the zone was not 20 pips because 20 pips on this is a bit small based on how it moved, but the number is different. Now there's a series of instruments which we can use the 215 technique to trade, and I'm not going to release all of them to the public, and that's why I said that there are going to be some things coming for our 215 community where you'll basically have exclusive access, especially for those persons who are here, who has been here with us since the beginning and has been supporting the channel. You guys will be a part of those plans when I put them into action, where we will have an exclusive community of us, where I'll show you and I'll teach you as well how we use the 215 technique to trade gold. Well, I'm showing you that now. To trade Bitcoin or NAS, or well, I haven't used it on Forex, but I know the formula behind how to find it. So yeah, so it's coming. There are a lot of things coming, guys, with the 215 technique. We just need to steadily grow the channel, and then hopefully by next year, I think hopefully by the end of the month we can get the channel to 500 followers. We're now at 392 followers, and I believe we have about 10 days. Is it 10 days left in the month? Yeah, so we have about 10 days left in the month. So that means that I need 118 followers in 10 days. That's very ambitious, but yeah, it can still happen. It can still happen. So I guess the more I go live and the more persons come on the channel and they see what we're doing, then they would be urged. They'll get that urge to click that follow button. Yeah, because it's the it's the easiest thing you can actually do, and it will also be the most rewarding thing you can also do as well. Because I'm pretty sure that everyone who's here in on the live right now, who's watching this right now, um, has learned something from what we're doing here. So we have 14 viewers on. Not sure if everyone on right now are followers or not, but if you haven't followed the channel as yet, please do so. If you haven't liked as yet, please do so as well. and also share as well. Thank you very much for that, Caesar. Yeah, it can definitely be done. It can definitely be done, Ben. We just have to do it as a team and see how it works out. Now, what's going on today? The markets are usually more active at this point in time. Now, I won't be going. I have been trading a funded, and I hope this strategy works out well for me. Well, Daniel, it should work out well for you. It is working out well for me. And it's the same strategy I'm using on my funded account as well. Um, you just if you follow the proper risk management, and if you also follow, and I don't want to sound like the broken record, if you follow proper risk management, and if you also follow the exact rules of the technique as well, then you should be perfectly fine. Because I find that the times when I do actually lose a trade is whenever I don't follow the rules of the technique. Make the chat only for people who sub for 5 minutes. Yeah, I tried that. I did do that in the past, Shalim, and no one joined the live. It was so heartbroken, yeah. So I did do that, make it sub only, and no one joined the live. So I sat on here just explaining stuff to myself, and when I look, there was no one on the live, so it just came off. I didn't even bother trade that day. It just broke my spirit. But so I'm just leaving it free reign as it is right now. So if it's a case where someone comes on and they see what's on the screen, and if they like what they see, they just follow. And if you guys are as well, who are also following as well, share it as well with your friends as well, or persons who may be interested in learning something like this. Then yeah, that also pushes the channel. Want to check Bitcoin and see if there's a better setup? Yeah, I could have a look, but no, I don't. If I look on Bitcoin, then I'm gonna have to do the zones and all of that. But I do not, Lando, I do not want to release the zones as yet to, because then I want to do the 215 technique on the Bitcoin exclusive for you guys. So if I go on there now to look at it and to do the markup, let me do. I'll look at it and uh, I'll look at it. Wait, wait, wait. Yeah, I still have my lines on there. Hey Renz. The technique that we use to execute our trades is called the 215 technique. Mm, I think if we were to do a markup on Bitcoin, looking at the structure of it now, we should get a solid entry. And why I say this is that the technique like structure. So all these areas, it's like it very well love these areas where we have all the supports and all the resistance areas. But I don't want to dive too much in Bitcoin. As I said, it's going to be a benefit that is coming soon to the members of the community. So everyone who has joined the Telegram channel as well. I think we only have about 20 plus persons in there as well. I should have started it when everyone was asking for me to start it when I was on TikTok. But the true followers and the true believers in the 215 trades technique is here on YouTube. Because even though we left TikTok, you guys also came over as well. So I'm going to possibly wait until we get to the first 100 persons in that group. Then I just do the exclusive Bitcoin teachings for those persons who would be interested in it at that point in time. All right, so yeah, we're still getting that volume, but it's still just staying in this area. I think yesterday around this time we had already entered that trade. Is that right, Salim? Okay. What I was saying as well on Thursday I won't be trading in the Asian session on Thursday. I can, but no, I'm going to be trading pre London. So yeah, so on Thursday I'm going to be trading pre London, and also on Friday as well we're going to be trading pre London because I think it's Wednesday now. For most of you, maybe not for Lando because I believe Lando is, yeah, as he said, is in Jamaica, so he he's still on Tuesday. He's still in the past, but yeah, it's Wednesday now. Look at that. So yeah, so remember what we were saying, that it's a 15-minute resistance. It's at the tallest point. It may very well reject from it as it has done. So what time frame do we enter on? Lanis, we enter on the 5 minute time frame. So remember the 215 it represents a lot of things that is very important to the technique. So the two represents the amount of pips, or the dollar value we use to mark out our 215 zone. The one refers to the number of candles we use for confirmation. The five also refers to the 5 minute time frame which we use to enter the trades on as well. And the 15, it refers to the time frame we use to mark out the 215 zone as well. And if you're entering on entry model 2 as well, the 2 confirms how many rejection candles you need to wait on to enter a trade on entry model 2. So yeah, 215 explains the technique all in full. All right, good. So I tested that line. And if we had, let's say we had, which I would strict, what is the point of interest? Um, the point of interest, Adam, is the current price of gold when we were marking the chart. So when we came on to read the charts, that's the price gold was trending at when we came on to read the charts. It may be well to 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 watch some of the videos that we have on the page. It gives you a better understanding and a better explanation as well of the 215 technique and what we look for. Yeah, we have multiple videos on the channel, Renz. So if you follow the channel, like and share as well, you can also go in the Telegram channel as well. Um, there there are quite a few videos on there which explains, especially the live videos which we did while we were trading on TikTok. You can watch them, and it will explain it. So every single trade, every single trade that was recorded, I explain it before I actually take the trade. So yeah. Does it have to be a specific time when you draw? When you No, it doesn't have to be a specific time in the day, but the time frame needs to be a specific time frame. So you idealistically it's best to draw it on the 15-minute time frame. You can also draw it on the 5 minute time frame if you'd like, but I just believe that if you draw it on the 5 minute time frame, you miss what's happening on the 15-minute time frame. But the 15-minute time frame is very important as well, so you can see the structures and the rejection zone. We're now on the 5 minute time frame. We didn't mark a 5 minute rejection zone because it actually aligns with that 50-minute rejection line we have already. So yeah. All right, so what are we looking at now? Still at 16 persons on. All right, good. So what we're waiting for now is for price just to break below our zone. It's going bullish or bearish, and there's a long candle. Do we just wait until it rejects and then plot? Yeah. So if it's for example, it's moving like this on that on such a on a great bearish momentum. Once if it breaks below the line, that's fine. We just need for it to do as what we have here now, where it comes below, create some structure, come back into the zone, then close out of it again. Who is from Ghana here? I'm not sure who is from Ghana. We usually have a lot of South Africans is on the channel as well. There are quite a few persons on, but that was when we were on TikTok though, so I'm not sure. Do we have anyone on the live from Ghana? Bro, where are you from in the UK? Well, I'm not from the UK originally, but I'm living in the UK now. I have been living here for a good couple of years, but I'm originally from Jamaica though. Are you in the UK, 007? Middle East. Nice. Where in the Middle East, Shalim? I like how I have such a wide audience of people on the channel. It just shows you how. Oh, you're in London. No, I don't like London, man. And not for the stereotype reasons. I just believe it's hot. In regards to well, it's not hot now. Now that it's winter, but in the summer times, it's a bit too hot. Not the type of hot that you'll get in Jamaica, like the nice hot, but yeah, it's a bit too hot for me there. Nice, Lanice. Where in Jamaica are you from, Lanice? If you don't mind me asking. In the middle of the war. Uh, Sorry to hear about that, Shalim. I'm in Manchester. Montego Bay. All right, that's nice. That's nice. That's very good. I have a good reach. I have persons here from the UK. I have persons in Jamaica. I have persons in the Middle East as well. That's very nice. All good. We really, Shalim. I guess it's not something to joke about, but I guess what can you do? You just have to look for the positive in whatever situation you're in. Well, I'm happy that you're actually here with this as well, Shalim, taking these entries on gold despite everything that is happening around you. St. Andrew. Where's St. Andrew? St. Andrew and Kingston. They always put St. Andrew and Kingston all together. You don't even know where Kingston well, I don't know where Kingston separates from St. Andrew. All right, good. Ghana. All right, yeah, good, good. And we have, oh my gosh, yeah. So we have a very good reach then so far. So I think well, we don't have anyone on from the US, it seems, or from South America. So I can't say, well, I'm from St. Kitts and Nevis. Wow, that's nice. So you support Man United? No, I don't support Man United. Is Man City actually? What am I waiting for? Renz, have you subscribed to the channel as yet, Renz? Just a quick, just a question really. Have you subscribed to the channel as yet, Renz? Because I'm still at 392. You haven't subscribed. I'm from LA. No, LA is not Louisiana. LA is Los Angeles, is it? So, Renz, what we're basically waiting for, the entries for buys and sells are on the screen for these white arrows right here. So if the price breaks above the zone, come back into the zone to retest, then close above the zone, outside of the zone again, then we'll go for it. We'll go for a buy. Idealistically, I think I would be more comfortable taking a sell though. And why is because we're still in as I said, we're still in like a discovery mode. There's nothing. There's just a black void to the left, so we're not 100% sure what is it going to do. But we can also take a small risk as well. Just use a tighter stop loss as well, just in case it just do a massive run towards the upside. So let's see if it does that, because it's almost getting to 2 a.m. and we haven't had any action. So let's see what happens. So let's see if it goes up that area and closes above it or what. I think it's a sell. Yeah. I'm more looking for that sell. So if it comes below and do that little dance for us, then yeah. Double O 007, is it snowing now in London? Ah, good. So we're at 395 subs. That's very good. So let's see if we can get to 500 by before the month ends. Yeah, I melted quick. Yeah, same here. Same here. Just walk up to see all the white stuff. Yeah, and that's why I have a runny nose right now. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing it, but yeah, it's very cold. Thi- I think it was like, was it what, 0 degrees or -2 degrees this morning when I woke up. Um, yeah, well, it's 0 degrees now. Yeah, oh, they say it's snowing now as well. Well, let me just look outside to see if it's snowing. Oh yeah, yeah, it's snowing now. Um, TikTok man. So TikTok, I got banned on TikTok. They said that I was violating their community guidelines. I appealed it. They denied it in 3 seconds after me clicking that appeal button. Um, it's funny though, because every time I go live, it they strike me for every time I go live. One, I on the TikTok, and I believe you were on there as well, 007. You can see where on the TikTok there were several disclaimers to say that I wasn't provided any financial support at no given point in time. Did I ever ask anyone for any monetary value? What's it not? Didn't do any of that. Disclaimers were all over there, and as soon as you joined the live, there was disclaimers there. So I followed all of it, and I did speak from this perspective to say that this is what I am doing. You know what I'm saying? But every single time I go live, someone, yeah, I think someone is genuinely just reporting it. Because sometimes if my moderators, whenever they're watching the chat, someone will come on there and then they'll just start talking like just about a bag of bull, and then as soon as they do that and we block them, soon after that I'll get a notification from TikTok. I was like, you can't. I bet if I was on there just doing nonsense or something like that, I would never go through all of this. But yeah, someone is out for it. Yeah, you see. So I never did any of that. I never asked anyone for that. And when everyone came on there to ask for signals, I did let them know that it's not a signal channel. We're not into all those kinds of stuff. But then I did preach the proper word. Well, I shouldn't use the word preach, but I did use a proper wording to say learn and do all of that. I gave good recommendations from my personal perspective. But TikTok was just not the place for us, it seems. How do you become mother? I would have to give you access to be a moderator. I'm not even sure how you do moderation on on YouTube. Oh yeah, I can actually add you as a moderator now, but we don't need any moderators right now at this minute. We only just have about 20 persons on. All right, so it looks like the bearish pressure is finished now, so it's going back to the top. It didn't break that sell line. And you see, these lines are pretty good as well because if sometimes when you mark them, you see that gold really just plays in between this line because we mark our buy line before this candle created. But what did it do? It closed exactly on it. These two candles came and it just tested exactly our buy line. So I'm pretty confident in this 215 zone which we have marked because the market is respecting the internal bits of it. So let's see what this candle does. If this candle closes above that buy line, then let's see. Let's just watch it patiently and see. This is the boring part of trading. Most of the times you just sit and wait. Sometimes you'll enter the market and you get a setup in like 5 seconds of just being in the market, but sometimes you have to wait 1 2 hours before you get a setup. And then when you get that setup, you still have to wait about another hour for that setup to play out. Sometimes. But yesterday we didn't have to wait so long. That trade that we got yesterday, that 100 pip trade that we got yesterday, I think we were in it for about 15 minutes, I think, before it started to move. No, I think we were in it a little bit longer. About 20 minutes we entered it, we consolidated for a bit. But after as soon as I ended the live, it just ran. How long do you usually hold a trade for? Until it depends. Every trade is different. So if let's say I enter a buy now and my let's say I enter a buy now and my take profit is there at that 30-minute resistance, I'll put it just above it. If it goes and it hits it, then yeah, I'm out. Most people what they tend to do is that if it's going to the 30-minute resistance for the take profit, they will, let's say, take off 90% of the trade and just leave the remaining just to free willy. But it all depends on how you manage it. There was no more volume in the market yesterday. Yeah, yeah, there was more. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, there was way more volume yesterday, and there wasn't anything special going on with that setup. That setup was like wow. And when I came up the live and I was going to my bed and I looked at it and I saw it, I was like, oh wow, we should have stayed on, but I was so sleepy. I could barely but stay up. Let's raise this just a little bit more, right on top of it. I really think it wants to sell off. All right, guys. If you haven't yet done so as yet, please like and share the channel. I was watching, but I didn't take. You didn't take the trade. Wow. I like the simplicity. Yeah, Lanis, that's the best thing. That's the best way to go. Because trading, don't get me wrong, um, trading is not easy. I tell you what, I think trading is easy, right? The hardest part about trading is not actually the market, but it's you. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure that when you analyze something, it is correct. When you analyze an entry, it is correct. The market does what you said it was going to do. However, you do something silly and mess it up, or you chicken out when it starts to go back in drawdown, and you close the trade only to see for it just to go a little bit down some more, then go back. I think the psychology bit of trading, that's the more difficult part of it, because the market is just going to go up, down, left, right, up, down. Well, it's not going to go left, it's not going to go back, but it's just going up or down. It's just doing that, but it's just your psychology surrounding trading. That's the hardest obstacle for you to pass and to conquer. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very simple. Usually, I have a 2 day teaching course on this technique for someone who hasn't been on trade, has is only just been introduced. The first day we introduced to the basics. The second day we introduced to the model, and then the third day we back test together. So yeah, if you're new to trading, that is the best way out, the best way in to break into it. All right, so this candle is going to close right on the line of that buy line. So we need to see what it's going to do now. So let's see if this is just going to push past this, create some support, create some resistance in these areas, and then come back into the zone. Or is it just going to reject from this area and then sell off again? So let's see. Lando, why didn't you take the trade yesterday? If you don't mind me asking. All right, so we're still in discovery mode. The volume is really weak right now. Let's see if it changed at 2 o'clock. So in the next 9 minutes, let's see if anything happens at that point in time. What was your question? No, I was asking Lando why he didn't enter yesterday. Oh, you were still learning the strategy. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You trust it now. Did you watch any of the previous videos that we did? If the volume is weak, mm, yeah, I would still take entries as once it's confirmed, because even though it's weak, it doesn't mean it's dead. So if I enter a trade, let's say I enter a buy for it to go to the 30-minute resistance, and it takes 5 hours to get to that 30-minute resistance. It doesn't matter how long I take the to make it there. I'm still gonna get the money for it. So if the volume is weak, yeah, I'll still enter once it gives that confirmation. Then I'm all in. It's just that in our case right now, it does it. I guess we may need to move these lines because these lines are holding the market back. But the volume is really weak now. It's not overpowering the zone. I trade. No, I don't trade full time. Um, most of my time, well, 50% of it I trade. Most of it sometimes is just teaching, really. And when I say teaching, not like academical teaching, but so what I'm doing now, basically teaching other persons how to do it. How long has this live been going on? 1 hour and 25 minutes. Yeah, he definitely did. He got it for free. But what is he gonna do with this? I like because when I have my TikTok channel, I'm not sure if you guys. I think you guys should be able to text me directly on Telegram as well. Um, when I had my TikTok channel, persons who watch a few gonna watch the rest. Yeah, Lando, you need to take it in. Um, when I had the TikTok channel and I was first doing it, persons used to like reach out to me to say, "Hey, I did this morning and I won my first trade. Thank you and all that." And I like those kinds of things because it shows that I'm basically helping the community in a sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, you definitely can watch the old videos, Lando, but most of the explanations will happen on the lives as well. Yeah, guys, doesn't seem like we're getting much action today. So, just a reminder, guys, I'm not tomorrow Thursday. Tomorrow Thursday, I'm going to be trading in the pre London time tomorrow, and also on Friday, um, as well. It will be pre London, not Asia. All right, so let's give it about 30 more minutes. See what it does. If it doesn't confirm anything in that time, then we call it a day. What time is it? Well, it's now 2 o'clock. 1:57 a.m. Yeah, early bird gets the worm. A lot of people don't trade. That's it. All right, you can use this technique in London, in Asia, in New York. If you're using this technique in New York, don't 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 do it before news, or don't do it when the market is when the New York market is about to open, like that 1 hour before. Then don't do it in that time as well. Pre London on pre-London on what time for you? It's about I usually on from about 6, 7 o'clock. Wait, Ghana and UK is on the same time zone. How to know if there is news on Forex Factory? Um, you 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 check the news on Forex Factory. Do you know what Forex Factory is? Who asks again? Was it Salim? Yeah. Yeah, you use Forex Factory to tell to see the news. Is the most popular one. There are other ones out there, but Forex Factory is the more popular one, and its impact. Yeah. Oh, you don't know. Oh, well, you definitely. So you need to know the fundamental analysis bit. When especially when you're trading gold, you cannot trade gold, especially in the in the New York session, and not be aware of news. So Google Forex Factory, Salim. Google Forex Factory. Um, yeah, Google Forex Factory. Or you can just go on YouTube and just uh, punch in how to use Forex Factory. You'll find a lot of videos because it's popular amongst all the traders right now. You definitely can trade New York and not be aware of the news, especially when that Jerome guy speak. Because when he speaks, the market moves. So yeah, you need to know it. You found it, yeah. Look it up, man. It's pretty important. Fundamental analysis, that is, and top-down analysis. I'll do fundamental analysis if I'm doing the if I'm trading in New York, but because I don't have to look at it. Even though sometimes when the big news come out for, let's say, for GBP, it moves the market as well. Especially today, I think about 7 o'clock today, we're gonna have CPI for GBP, so we should see some volume as well in the London time. Shalim, well, no, that's fine. It's okay to be new. To say Shalim, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. We'll always help you out, man. I'm not sure. You guys can also as well if it gives you the opportunity as well. Because I don't know if you guys trade outside of the lives. Do you guys use a technique outside of the lives, or do you only use a technique on the live itself? Do you use candlesticks to see if there's a rejection or something as an extra signal? Not sure. Right. I don't think I'm interpreting that question good. 007. When you say candlesticks for rejection, you mean let's say price comes down and the price touches this 50-minute rejection line, but it only touches it with a candle wick. What would I do? Is that your question? I use moving averages in RSI. No, I don't use any indicators. Well, when I just started, I had on so much of them. I don't even have on the volume indicator as well. May very well be something good to have now. Now that the markets are moving like that, I don't know how do you even turn on the indicators. Is this it? Oh no, that's not it. How do I take that off? Yeah, I don't even use um, indicators. Remove that. Yeah, I don't use indicators. I try to use demand and supply. I only use 215. That's all I use. Just stick to it. It works. It works. I don't need anything more. Like, let's say a candlestick is like a week as a small body on long wick. It depends on the direction as well. How do I use it? It, dep- it also it depends on the direction as well, because let's say, well, if if we had some zones up here and it tested the zones and it came back in, and we got a long wick and a candle closure, once it closed above the line, I'm still going for it, because that it could have just been a fake out candle. Once it did that retest action, this end action, once it did that end action, it doesn't matter. Once it closed above that line, I'm going for it. How do I use the technique to trade Bitcoin? The same way I use it to trade gold, I use it to trade Bitcoin. It's just that the values are different though. But that technique is due to come out exclusively to all the followers who are in the Telegram channel and all of that. So for the when I get to the first 100 persons on that Telegram channel, then I'll do that exclusive Bitcoin one to it. I've been using some indicators with your technique. Just reassures me when making a trade. All right, yeah, no problem. Whatever makes you like, man. That's fine. How can I set my TP and SL? What broker are you using, Shalim? And also, what platform are you using to trade? If you're using MT4, MT5, C Trader, what are you using to trade? Win is a win. How can I set my TP and SL? Whatever platform you use should show you how to. Maybe you need to look at YouTube again to see how you use that platform to enter the trade. All right, guys. So it doesn't seem like we're getting any action today. The market know that we came yesterday and we took 100 pips from it. So it plus 500. What? You're the first person I've ever heard uses plus 500 to trade. I guess a lot of persons use it, but I've never heard anyone say that they actually use it. You're the first person I've ever heard say that. Do you not have any of the big brokers there, Salim, like IC Market, um, that works in the Middle East? Well, yeah, I use IC Markets. I'm actually a partner with them as well. Yeah, guys, we're not getting any action. So let's see how. Let's give it 15 more minutes, and let's see what happens. Yeah, Shalim. IC Market is my broker that I use. If you want, I can send you the referral link if you'd like. But that's if I'm not sure if if it's okay in your region, because you didn't say, you said you're in the Middle East, but you didn't say exactly. You know, we're in the Middle East. You are. So No, Palestine. Hmm. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think. No, I don't think you have any restrictions for that for that area. Well, hold on. Let me get that link for you now. Vantage is another good one, as well. That's the referral link, Shalim. And if you ever want to try funded as well, you can let me know. All right, guys. So yeah, yeah, guess gold is a bit scared of us today. All right, so you see it's not breaking above or below that zone. So let's see what it does in the next 10 minutes. If it doesn't if it doesn't break above or below it, then we're just gonna call it a day. We'll just pick this up again Thursday in the pre-London session. All right, let's see how we're looking. I think we got about five or three followers for today's live. Yeah, we got three person. That's good. No, we don't have an Instagram account. I don't like. I genuinely don't like social media. Well, I don't like show because I believe Instagram is for like two more followers in Cameroon. Thank you very much for that, Lando. Um, I my face. I don't like showing my face in social media. So I don't have a social media account. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a Twitter. None of that. I only use it for social media just for business purposes. So but what I'm doing now, I'll only use it for that. But uh, why do you want to see the flashy lifestyle? Is that why you want to see 007? You want to see those pictures going to Dubai and driving those Bugattis and all of that. You know, painting that picture of what trading is like. I don't believe in all of that. Uh, I think a lot of these traders, I believe that they do all those things just to bait persons to get in and to just to get on their trade and just want boost their following. And then most traders, because of that, no, I know 007. I know. I'm just saying, when they do that, when those traders they do that, they said that they think it would be better if I'm on Instagram. Hmm. I may need to get a manager for all of these accounts. I'll look into that. Thank you for the recommendation. People get more people back. Yeah, I'm working on get. So if I don't use, I'm planning on converting another account back on TikTok to get the numbers up. But we will definitely go there. All right, good. So we're getting some action now. So we're getting a break now above above the byline. I know a few people who runs all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get into that as well because it's getting a bit handsy now, account management and whatnot. Yeah. You know what I think is gonna happen? I think now that candle is gonna close when it closes, and then we just get a big rejection from it. But let's see. Continue to push because I need to see how high you can go so we know where we can aim towards. If you need someone, let me know. Yeah, no problem at all, 007. Thank you for that. No, continue. You know you want to go higher than that. Continue. Give me at least a 20 pip to a 30 pip move with a rejection. Because now, a lot of persons are going to buy now. They're waiting for that. They've been waiting for this squeeze. What does this look like on the 15-minute? Yeah, they've been waiting for that squeeze. We're going to get a rejection now. Uh, Back into the zone, hopefully. I don't want the rejection just yet. I'd like for it to continue up just a little bit more than the rejection afterwards so we have a bigger room to play out. Let me see if Lando came through with those subs. All right, well done, Lando. Thank you very much for that, my friend. So we had 398, so we just need 102 persons before we get to D500. So we still have some time as well. Did we get any new persons in our Telegram channel? No, not as yet. That's fine. The thing, the channel will slowly grow. We all have to start somewhere, before we creep. So I'm not too worried about it. So what we want now. So this now, what he's doing, as I was saying before earlier, that it's in discovery mode. We didn't have any anything to the left to use as a point of reference. So now we need for this just to create some level of structure. And once it has created the structure, then we need to retest back into our zone, close in our zone. Then we have our first level of targets. That 30-minute resistance would be very nice to go for, but it's at a distance away. So if let's say the price could maybe just move to these areas right there, then reject, then that's fine. We could take that entry, but so let's see what it does, how far it goes. We're just waiting for it just to do that, to do something now so we can work on another sub 007. Yeah, thank you very much for that. 399, lovely. You see, we're growing, we're getting there. Definitely getting there. You can see that the views on the videos are going up as well because people are getting interested in this technique as well. And one I see, and it's just being optimistic. Where you go on those podcasts is to do those to speak about trading and all of that. One day in the very well future, this 215 technique is going to make it the mainstream, and it's all going to be from the help and support of you guys. So yeah, and you guys are been here since the beginning. So let's take the journey. You trying to reject now, but that's not a lot. That's only 15 pips. Come on. It's gonna be big. Yeah, it's definitely going to be big. Definitely. Yeah, thank you for the likes, son. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, oh, you can do that as well. I thought that feature was only on TikTok. Come on, guys. Can you just do that likes button thing where you hit that heart button and just get the likes up on the channel? I think that boosts the interaction as well, so we can get a wider feed of persons as well. Yeah, the price action today is crazy. It's not much. All right, good. So let's see if it's creating a support now, or is it planning on continuing a resistance actually. So let's see. So if we don't get any action in the next 10 minutes, we're gonna call it a day and just tune in again at a later date on Thursday. So remember, guys, on Thursday we're not. Well, I'm not trading the Asia session on Thursday. I'll be trading the. Or should I trade the Asia session? Or should I trade the London session? Which session do you guys think we should trade? Should we trade the London or the Asia session? What do you guys think we should trade? Should we go with the Asian or should we go to London session tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow. Today is booked. I got a lot of things to do today, so I'm not gonna get the time to do it. Daniel says Asia. So we're doing the poll. We're doing the poll now. We can do the poll in the Telegram group as well, but we're doing the poll now. So Asia, London, Asia. More volume. London has more volume. Yes. So Lisa he doesn't know. He doesn't know. So Asia, Asia, Asia. So we have three for Asia. London does have more volume. And I wouldn't even say it has more volume as well, because sometimes the Asian market really does gives us that proper volume as well. So, but let's see. We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll in the Telegram. All right. So it created it created some structure, not as much as I'd want. Reason being is because it's not very far away from the zone, the 215 zone. So now that could be a proper setup for a rejection for us to get a rejection if we were to enter a buy. So idealistically, we would have wanted for it to maybe go, let's say, 20 to 30 pips above that zone. I'm comfortable with taking a 20 pip trade, but this is just one. It's just 15, so not. Or is it gonna flip? It's flipping, so yeah. So it does look like the volume is picking up now. How do I get my indicator back on? Yeah, that's the volume. Hmm. Yeah, the volume is still low. What lot size? It depends, Lando. I feel like I'm fine. I'm not using a standard lot size these days. I'm between 5.5 to 1 right now. At the minute, I haven't used one since the week of trading though, but point 0.5 is the more frequent one I go for. But on rejections, if I'm going for entry model 2, then I use a lower lot size because most of the times if you're taking entry model 2 entries, it's going against the trend, so it's more riskier than if you were taking an entry model 1. So I would use a reduced lot size on that. Also, I'll be using a reduced stop loss as well because the stop loss would be just above the support, the resistance that AI created. But it depends. So the lot size, if you don't have a massive account to manage a specific lot size, I wouldn't recommend to do it unless you're just risking it for the biscuits and just going all out. Most of the times, I think I really should just use some massive lot size because I did lose. So if you took that risk, then you should be all right. All right, guys. So yeah, the volume is not there. If this kind of doesn't come back in the zone for this 5 minute for the next 5 minutes, then we're gonna call it and then we'll just pick it up back later on. Whatever place I decide to trade, I'll let you guys know. I could see you say that the sell line becomes a resistance in some cases. Yeah, the sell line does become a resistance in some cases based on how the price action moves about it. And also if the price breaks below the sell line, then the sell line would automatically become a resistance as well because the price is below it. What's this? Geographical turmoil. Okay, confirming entry model 2. It's so close to the zone as well, so 2 more minutes until this candle closure. Is my screen frozen on you guys? Okay. Mm. All right, guys. So it's 2 hours in. We haven't gotten any entry confirmation as yet. It doesn't seem as if we're getting that volume push that we would like to confirm. And the thing as well, it's been a very slow morning as well. So I'm gonna call it today because of this. So we'll tune in at a later date on Thursday. I'll just pre-book the live as well, so you guys know what time I'm going live, and out of that information, you can use that information to decide to know where I'm going live as well. All right. So I'm going to end the live now. Why couldn't you have given us something before we do? All right, hold on. Let's 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 give it 10 more minutes and see. 10 more minutes before I close off. Let's give it 10 more minutes and see what happens. 10 more minutes. Yeah, if the setup does not work, yeah, you can mark up again if you'd like. I think I think what it wants to do right now. I think it wants to sell off. I think that's why it's not going any higher, but it's not going any lower as well. But I think it wants to sell off. Yeah, 10 more. Let's look at it for 10 more minutes and see what it does. 15-minute time frame first. Oh, wow. Okay. Is this the cell that is coming? What I love the rejection. Was that the pullback for it just to run out to the sky? Typically, how long should you hold a setup if it doesn't work? How do you know that the setup didn't work, man? Because me personally, if I do this setup now and then the price basically just breaks and it never comes back to retest it, then I'll just do another markup again. But if the price is moving close to the zone, then I'll still keep it. But there's no harm with doing another setup as well because most of the target areas will just be at a later distance. But for right now, for where we are right now, I wouldn't do another markup because it, it's just what 15 pips away from the zone. And we did say initially that it's in discovery mode. It's just finding its foot to go where it wants to go. So we need for it to create some structure if we were going to look for a buy, but the volume is preventing it from going anywhere. It hasn't broken out of this little box that it just created right here. So all five candles in hasn't broken above or below this little zone. So yeah, I guess we can use this little zone as a 215 zone, and if it closes above, we buy. If it closes below, we sell. It's a bit of a gamble. All right, so one more candle closure, and then we're off. Yeah, no problem, Ben. Happy to help. All right, guys. So this is the last candle for us. Just a quick question on the playlist that's playing in the background for the backup music. Is it putting you guys to sleep, or does it add any level of what did I call it? White noise to it that's quite soothing to the charts? You just opened an account on the referral I sent you, Shalim. You're very serious, very serious, Salim. I like that. I like that about you. All right. Well, I'm not seeing you in as yet. I guess maybe it takes some time, and I think you have to make a deposit as well. I believe, and a trade as well. Yeah, gold is just playing with us tonight. I know a lot of persons right now, they're clenched right now and very nervous because they've either entered a buy or they entered a sell in this region. And for the past, what's that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, for the past 35 minutes, gold has just been doing this. So they're nervous. They're very nervous right now. Every move the chart moves now, their heart rate goes up and down. Okay. Yeah, slow night, guys. All right, yeah, we're gonna call it today, guys. We're gonna pick this back up on on Thursday morning. All right, I'll let you guys know where I will be going live. I'll pre-book the live as well, so you guys can get the notification to know where we're going live. I'll also send the link in the Telegram channel as well for those who are in the Telegram channel. If you're not in the Telegram channel, the link is in the bio as well. You can join it there as well. If you haven't followed the channel as well, please also do so, and also like and share and subscribe as usual. Again, guys, thank you all for all the love and support, and for everyone who's also here on the live as well, just interacting um, with us in the chat section. Okay, sadly, we weren't able to get any entries today, but if you got an entry yesterday, you should be smiling nicely as you ate 100 pips yesterday, based on our setup. So that's it for me today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Yeah, we will definitely try again tomorrow. All right, guys. See y'all. Bye bye.